Good morning, Ohio. James Lewis of This Greenhouse, the show that's all about the house. Joining us today from Castaway Game is Wayson White. Wayson, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on, James.
Hey, it's our pleasure. So what is the Castaway Game?
Yeah, so it's a brand new game that I invented about a year ago, and it's a wedge-shaped PVC. Think about a cornhole-shaped board, but it's an inflatable PVC wedge. Now, on the top of the wedge, I put a Velcro felt top with a game board, kind of like a dart system, and it's designed to be used with fishing poles, and you cast another Velcro object at the wedge. And the cool part about the game is that as you cast and your Velcro lure hits the board, you get to keep points. And so think about it as kind of a combination of cornhole meets darts meets fishing. And there's a lot of different games you can play, and it's portable and lightweight. But imagine a cornhole-shaped wedge with a Velcro top, and you cast lures and keep points as you play.
That is awesome. Because I was going to say, one of the things nowadays that we need more than anything else is an opportunity to get outside and to do things with the family. And it sounds like this game would be perfect for that.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, that's part of the reason why, it was invented in the first place. Is I'm a father of three, and my oldest son, he's now 6. For the last 3 or 4 years, he's been obsessed with fishing. And I can only take him fishing so often, so he would always put peer pressure on me. Dad, when can we go fishing next? Or Dad, can I get my pole out? So that's what inspired it. Is I wanted to spend more time with him, and I kind of talk about the story of the game, but that connection with family is really what inspired the game.
That is awesome. So how does it help you catch fish?
Yeah, it's a good question. So mostly the accuracy. So I grew up in Wyoming fishing in the Uinta Mountains, and oftentimes you'd see a fish feed off the top of the water, and the next cast was the all-important cast. It was really important you cast right just beyond where you saw the fish feed and cast quickly and accurately so you could drag the lure right across where the fish is. And this game, as you practice it, you're inevitably going to get better and better at casting. So it's kind of like that adage, aim small, miss small. That's absolutely true in fishing. And the more accurate you are at casting, the more fish you're going to catch. And also with youth, especially with young kids, maybe learning to cast 4 through 6 or 4 through 7. It's a really good way to introduce those kids to fishing in a safe way without hooks and all the things that come along with tangles and snags, and they can practice at home. So when you take them to the lake, they're ready to go and they're going to catch more fish.
So where can you play it?
Yeah, that's another neat feature of the game and something that we designed specifically. Because it's an inflatable system, it's really portable. It's a little bit bigger when it's packed down. I'm going to sell it with a little carrying kit. And the carrying kit's a little bit bigger than an Nalgene bottle. So it's small and it weighs, all in, it weighs about 3 pounds, a little bit less than 3 pounds. So it's really portable. The most common place that it will be played is going to be in the backyard, just like a cornhole set. That's where me and my son play it a lot, and me and my family play it a lot, the prototype. But we also took it on the road this summer, the prototype. We took it to a few camp spots that we went to here in Utah. And also, my friend's parents have a pool, and we were able to take it one night. I asked if we come shoot some photos over there, and we took it to the pool and had a great time playing it on the water because it's an inflatable system. It actually floats, of course. So I'm going to sell it with a water kit that you can buy a rope and a carabiner, and you can anchor it and put it out on the water and actually cast on top of a lake or a pool if you wanted to play it on top of the water. So it's just pretty cool that you can play in a lot of different areas, but the most common is going to be the backyard.
Yeah, I understand there are several different types of fun games you can play with it.
Yeah, so and I'm excited to get it out in the world here and to get feedback from people that buy it and people that play it, because I'm sure they'll come up with some cool games in addition to what we thought of. The 3 games that we play the most, the most common is a game we call 10 casts, where imagine 2 players side by side looking at this wet game board. Each player gets 10 casts, and whoever has the most points after those 10 casts wins the round. And again, the game board's got a score system with a bullseye that's worth 50. It's got 2 side targets that are worth 25 each, and then 2 10-point targets that are bigger, and then the largest targets are worth 5 points. So the more accurate you are in hitting the bullseye area, the higher your score is. So it's really fun to compete. I like to compete And I'm a competitive guy, so it's fun to get on. Me and my dad have been competing against each other about who's better at casting. So that the 10 casts is a really fun, quick game. And then we played another game where we just set an arbitrary number of points. We call first one a 200. We would just set 200 points and cast for cast. Whoever is the quickest one to get to 200 points wins the round. And then I have a high school friend. The third game is pretty unique to this Castaway system. My high school friend's a really talented artist. So I wanted to make a unique feature of the game board to make it more visually appealing, and I asked her to draw 7 of the most common fish species in the U.S. markets, and we put those on the game board. So each of the 7 zones, the point zones, have an associated fish species. We call it the legendary fish game. And when you started getting more and more accurate, you can play the game. The first one to catch all 7 fish, and you catch a fish, you have to land the lure in the zone associated with that fish. And that one could be a longer game. That's for the advanced players. When you start to get more and more accurate, you can play that legendary fish game.
That sounds pretty cool. I mean, definitely a lot of fun and a lot of options. Where can we get the game?
Yeah, so we ran into a couple of snags here with production, COVID-related snags in the production. I was anticipating having my first large bulk order here and ready to ship to customers this month. Actually was my expectation and kind of what we were targeting, but we got delayed, so it's looking more likely we're not going to get the first order here stateside until February. And then I'm going to ship them out as soon as I have them. There's a pretty good shot we can get it there a little bit earlier than that. But if you want to pre-order your own set, which I would encourage you to do, because until we get the first bulk order, I'm going to sell them at a pre-order 25% discount. You can go to www.castawaygame.com, and you're going to see a couple of kit options. I'm going to sell it with the starter kit, which is just the inflatable wedge, 10 stakes, and lures. And then I'm also going to sell it if you're buying it for a kid that maybe isn't yet into fishing but might want to try fishing. I'm going to sell it with 2 youth fishing poles, including the kit. And those are all available for pre-order discounts, 25% off at, again, www.castawaygame.com.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like, something great that you could get and give people something to do for 2021 outside with their families. Well, I'd like to thank our guest, Wayson White from Castaway Games. Thank you for joining us today. And, definitely our listeners need to check out your website and pre-order that while they can get this special pricing. Thank you for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and everybody have a great day.
Calling all carriers. Schneider's new Freight Power app makes it easy to find and book